Mia's loud laugh echoed in the marble lobby. Everyone turned. Right in front of the glass doors, the cleaner's old handbag tore open. The side zip broke. The handle snapped. A plastic lunchbox and a small prayer book fell out and slid across the shiny floor. The cleaner, Grace, dropped to her knees at once. Her hands shook as she tried to grab her things. Mia pointed at her and laughed even louder. Seriously? What is this? Mia said. You bring this garbage bag to my dad's company? Two receptionists looked down, pretending not to see. A guard swallowed hard. Grace's eyes filled with tears, but she kept her head down. I'm sorry, miss, Grace whispered. The bag is old. I will fix it. Mia kicked the broken strap with her high heel. You can't fix trash, she said. Just like you can't fix people like you. Someone in the corner raised their phone and started recording. If you were standing there, what would you do? Chapter 1. The Broken Bag. It was Monday morning in the Carter Group office. Rich clients walked in with suits, perfumes, and shiny watches. The lobby smelled like fresh coffee and money. Mia Carter, 19 years old, spoiled and always dressed in designer clothes, walked in like she owned the world. In her mind, she did. This was her father's building. Her father, Daniel Carter, was the CEO. Her heels clicked on the floor. Her hair was perfect. She scrolled on her latest phone, not even looking at people around her. At the same time, Grace was walking in from the staff entrance. She was around 50, wearing a simple faded uniform. Her handbag was old, the leather cracked. She held it close like it was something precious. Inside that broken bag, she carried her lunch, some medicine, a folded photo of her son, a small envelope with money she had saved for his school fees. As she reached the lobby, the strap finally gave up. Snap! The bag fell. The envelope slid out. Coins rolled across the floor. The photo landed face up near Mia's feet. Wow, Mia said, looking down. What even is this? She bent and picked up the photo. A boy in a cheap school uniform smiled from the old picture. Is this your son? Mia said loudly. Grace nodded, still on her knees. Yes, miss. Please give it to me. Mia smirked. He looks as poor as this bag, she laughed. Do you both collect trash or what? A few employees stopped walking. They watched. Nobody moved. Grace's lips trembled. Please don't say that about my son, she whispered. He is a good boy. Mia rolled her eyes. Then tell your good boy to buy you a new bag, she said. You look dirty, Grace. This is a 5-star office, not a slum. Tears spilled from Grace's eyes. She grabbed the lunchbox and the small prayer book with shaking hands. Her knees hurt on the hard floor, but she slowly picked up every coin. Behind them, the security camera blinked red. It saw everything. On the side, a junior employee, Eli, held his phone low and recorded the whole scene. His face was red with anger. Mia, that's enough, he said quietly. She didn't do anything wrong. Mia turned to him. Did I ask you to speak? She snapped. Remember your position. You're just an intern. She's just a cleaner. And I am Carter. Grace hugged the broken handbag to her chest. Miss, I'm sorry, she said. I will stay at the back. I just came from the doctor. Not my problem, Mia cut her off. Just stay away from the main lobby. You're embarrassing the company. Next time your bag breaks, I'll ask my dad to fire you. Grace's heart dropped. Please, she whispered, looking at the floor. I really need this job. Mia leaned closer and whispered, but loud enough for others to hear. Then learn your place. Those words cut deeper than a knife. Grace slowly walked away, trying to hide her tears. Her steps were heavy. Everyone saw. Everyone heard. But nobody stopped Mia. As Grace pushed the cleaning cart to the back hallway, one thought burned in her mind. How much more humiliation do I have to take, just so my son can stay in school? The elevator doors closed behind Mia. She smiled and checked her phone. A new message popped up from her friend. Party tonight? I want to see your new car, smiling face with hard eyes. Mia smiled. Her life was perfect. Or so she thought. Because at that very moment, upstairs on the 20th floor, in a glass office with a city view, Daniel Carter was watching the security feed on his screen. And his face was turning cold. Very cold. What did my daughter just say to her? Cliffhanger. Daniel presses the replay button and leans closer to the screen, his jaw tightening. What he does next will change everything. Inside the CEO office, the atmosphere was heavy. Daniel Carter sat in his big chair, but he did not look powerful now. He looked hurt. He watched the clip again. Mia laughing. Grace on the floor. The broken bag. Those cruel words. You're just a cleaner. Learn your place. Daniel closed his eyes. In his mind, he was not in a big office anymore. He was a young boy again, sitting in a small, dark room, with one old school bag between him and his sister. His heart pounded. A knock on the door pulled him back. "Come in," he said. Eli stepped inside, nervous. "Sir. I'm sorry," Eli said. "I know I shouldn't record things inside the company, but I couldn't stay quiet. What Mia did was wrong." He held his phone out. Daniel nodded. "Send it to me," he said, voice low. "And, thank you for not staying silent." Eli blinked, surprised. "Yes, sir," he said quickly. "I'll mail it right now." When he left, Daniel stared at the wall. How did I let my own daughter become like this? He thought. A few minutes later, another knock. This time, the door opened slowly. Grace stepped in. She held her broken bag close, almost like a shield. "Sir," she whispered. "The manager told me you called me." Daniel stood up at once. "Grace," he said softly. "Please come in. Sit down." She stayed near the door. "No, sir, I'm fine," she said. "If it's about the lobby. I'm sorry if I made the company look bad." Daniel's eyes softened. "You did nothing wrong," he said. "Please. Sit." Her knees were still hurting from earlier, so she slowly sat on the edge of the chair. She kept her eyes on the floor. Daniel looked at the torn handbag. "How long have you had this bag?" he asked quietly. Grace smiled sadly. "Maybe 10 years?" she said. "It was a gift from my sister before she passed away. So I never threw it." She touched the broken strap gently, as if it was a hand. Daniel's throat tightened. "Grace," he said. "I saw what happened downstairs." She froze. "I'm sorry, sir," she said quickly. "Please don't blame Miss Mia. She is young. Rich children, they don't understand our life. I don't want any problem. Just let me keep my job. My son's school is asking for fees. I'm already late." Tears gathered again in her eyes. Her hands shook on her lap. Daniel's voice was firm now. "Grace," he said. "I am not calling you here to fire you. I would never do that. Do you know why I gave you this job?" She looked up, confused. "Because you are kind, sir?" she said. He took a deep breath. "No," he said. "Because you helped me, a long time ago." Her eyebrows pulled together. "Helped you?" she whispered. "Sir, I don't remember." Daniel walked to the window. He looked at the city. "I grew up in a small area," he began. "My father died when I was young. My mother cleaned houses, just like you. I had only one school uniform, one bag, and one dream." He turned around. "You lived on the next street," he said. "You probably don't remember my face. I was the skinny boy who always walked fast, holding his books." Grace's eyes widened. She stared at him. "Danny," she whispered. "Daniel, from Block C?" He smiled sadly. "Yes," he said. "Danny. The boy who used to carry newspapers." Memories rushed into her mind. A small boy sitting on the stairs, crying because kids laughed at his torn bag. Her own voice, years ago. "Don't cry, Beta. Here, take this old bag of my husband. It may be old, but it's strong." Grace gasped. "That was you?" she said, hand over her mouth. "Oh my God. You gave me my first proper bag," Daniel said, his eyes shining. "You told me to study hard. You said, one day, this bag will carry big dreams." Her tears fell freely now. I don't remember the words, but I remember that boy," she cried softly. "I didn't know it was you. Look at you now, sir. You built all this. I'm so proud." Daniel's eyes were wet too. "And today," he said, voice breaking, "my own daughter laughed at the woman who once helped me stand with dignity." Grace shook her head quickly. "No, no, sir," she said. "Please don't blame her. Don't be upset with her because of me. Children say things. I am used to this." "And that's the problem," Daniel replied. "You should not be used to being treated like trash." Silence filled the room. The air felt heavy. Grace wiped her cheeks. If you want, I can leave the main building," she whispered. "Work at the warehouse. Somewhere she doesn't see me. I just need any work, sir. My son." Daniel cut her gently. "Where is your son now?" he asked. "He is at school," she said proudly, even through tears. "Top of his class. He wants to be an engineer." A small smile came to Daniel's lips. "Just like I wanted to be," he said. "Grace, your son will not suffer because of my daughter's behavior. I promise you that." He reached into his drawer and took out an envelope. "This is for the fees you owe," he said, placing it on the table. "And more for next term. It is not charity. It is old debt." Her hands flew to her mouth again. "Sir, no," she whispered. "I can't take this much. You can, he said softly. Because you invested in me when you gave me that bag. Now I am returning a little part of it. Tears streamed down her face. Thank you, she cried. May God bless you and your family. His eyes darkened for a second. My family needs more than blessings right now, he said. It needs a lesson. He picked up his phone. Ask Mia to come to my office, he told his secretary. Now. Grace tensed. Sir, please don't be too hard on her, she begged. She is young. Daniel looked at her kindly. Sometimes, he said, the young are the ones who need the hardest lessons. A few minutes later, the door opened. Mia walked in, annoyed. Dad, I was busy, she said. Why do you always call me like I'm a child? Then she saw Grace sitting there, clutching her broken bag and wiping her tears. Mia rolled her eyes. She's here too, she said. What is this, a drama show? Daniel's face changed. He was not the soft boy from the past now. He was the CEO again. Mia, he said, his voice ice cold. Sit down. She frowned, but she sat. What did you do this morning in the lobby? He asked. What? She said. Nothing. Her bag broke and I told her to be more careful. It's embarrassing for our image, Dad. Clients see this. He pressed a button on his keyboard. The screen behind him lit up. The video started. Her words filled the room. You can't fix trash. Just like you can't fix people like you. Mia's face slowly turned pale. Dad, Quiet, he said. Her heart started to race. She watched herself pointing, laughing, calling Grace dirty. When the video ended, there was complete silence. No sound. No breath. Nothing. Finally, Daniel spoke. Is this our image, Mia? He asked softly. Is this what a Carter looks like? Mia swallowed. I was just joking, she whispered. She knows I didn't mean it like that. Grace shook her head slowly, hurt in her eyes. Mia felt something twist in her stomach. Mia, Daniel said, do you know who Grace is? She shrugged. A cleaner. Daniel's next words hit her like a slap. She is the woman who gave your father his first school bag, he said. She is the reason I could walk into school with my head high. She is the reason this company even exists. Mia stared, shocked. What? She whispered. Her. Yes, her, Daniel said. The same woman you just called trash. Mia looked at Grace. Grace was crying quietly, trying to hide her face. Guilt crawled up Mia's spine, but her pride still held on. I didn't know, she muttered. You didn't know, Daniel repeated. But you didn't even care to ask. That is worse. His tone changed. There was a finality in it. Mia, he said. This ends today. Tonight there is a staff meeting in the main hall. You will stand in front of every worker, every guard, every cleaner. And you will apologize. Her eyes widened. What? Dad, no, she said. You want me to say sorry to a cleaner, in front of everyone? Yes, he said. You will apologize to her. And that is only the beginning. She shook her head, panic rising. This is not fair, she shouted. I'm your daughter, not some servant. You can't humiliate me like this. Daniel's eyes were hard. You humiliated yourself, he said. Now you will fix it, or you will face consequences you are not ready for. That evening, all staff gathered in the main hall. Mia stood on the stage, hands shaking, heart racing, as her father walked to the mic with a serious face. What he was about to announce would shock every single person in that room. The main hall buzzed with whispers. Cleaners in simple uniforms. Guards in faded shirts. Office staff in shirts and ties. Managers. Interns. Everyone. They all sat in rows, looking at the stage. On the front row, Grace sat holding her broken bag. She had fixed the strap with a safety pin, but it still looked weak. Her son, Aaron, sat beside her. He had come straight from school in his plain uniform. His eyes were big and nervous. Ma, he whispered. Why did Mr. Carter call us? Grace squeezed his hand. I don't know, Beta, she said softly. Maybe there is some important news. On the stage, Mia stood on one side, arms crossed, trying to look strong. But inside, her heart hammered against her ribs. Her palms were sweaty. Her throat felt dry. I can't believe Dad is making me do this, she thought. In front of everyone? Then Daniel walked onto the stage. The room fell silent. He took the mic. Thank you all for coming, he began. I know this was a sudden meeting, but something happened today that I cannot ignore. He glanced at Mia, then at Grace. Everyone followed his eyes. Some had already seen the video. Eli had shared it quietly with a few colleagues, and it spread fast. Many watched Mia with angry eyes. Daniel continued. This company was not built on money alone, he said. It was built on respect. On kindness. On people who worked hard, no matter their position. Today, one of our own was insulted in a way that broke my heart. He turned to Grace. Grace, he said gently. Can you please stand up? Grace's hands shook as she stood. She hugged her bag close. People turned to look at her. Erin's small hand held her arm tightly. Many of you know her as the cleaner who quietly wipes your floors and empties your trash, Daniel said. But what you don't know is that many years ago, when I was a poor boy with a torn bag, Grace gave me her own husband's bag, so I wouldn't feel ashamed in school. Gasps spread across the hall. Grace covered her mouth, tears spilling again. Erin looked at his mother with wide, proud eyes. She didn't know, Daniel said. She had little herself. But she still gave. That one act of kindness stayed with me. It helped me study, walk with confidence, and one day, stand here as your CEO. He paused. Today, my own daughter forgot everything I taught her and laughed at the same woman who helped me rise. The room went completely still. Mia felt like the ground was not solid. She looked at all the eyes on her, some angry, some disappointed, some sad. Her cheeks burned. Mia, Daniel said. Come here. She slowly walked to the center of the stage, next to him. Her hands trembled. Her voice was small. Dad, do I really have to? Yes, he said firmly. You do. He stepped back and handed her the mic. For the first time in a long time, Mia felt small. Smaller than the girl with the broken bag. Smaller than the son in the old photo. She looked at Grace. Grace's eyes were kind but hurt. Mia swallowed hard. She took a deep breath. Her voice cracked. She cleared her throat. I want to say sorry. Her eyes filled with tears. I said horrible things to you today, she continued. I made fun of your bag, your son, your life. I acted like money makes me better than you. Her lips trembled. But I was wrong. A tear rolled down her cheek. I didn't know who you were in my father's life, she said, voice shaking. But even if you were a stranger, what I did was still wrong. She looked at the staff. I'm sorry to all of you too, she said. I walk here like I'm a queen. I never even learned your names. I forgot that this building runs because of you, not because of me. Her shoulders dropped. If you can, please forgive me, she whispered. The hall was silent. Then Daniel stepped forward again. Mia's words are a start, he said. But words are not enough. Karma is not just magic. It is the result of our actions. He looked at Mia. And actions will change now. He turned to the crowd. From tomorrow, Mia will no longer come here as the owner's daughter, he said. She will join as a junior assistant on the cleaning staff, under Grace's supervision. A loud murmur exploded in the hall. Mia's eyes widened. What? Dad? She gasped. You can't do that. I'm not a cleaner. Daniel's gaze was steady. Exactly, he said. You are not. But you will learn what it feels like to stand on your feet all day. To be invisible. To be judged for your clothes, not your heart. He pointed gently at Grace. You will work with her, follow her instructions, and learn humility. For 3 months. No special treatment. No luxury car. You will come by staff bus. Mia shook her head, tears flooding. Please don't do this to me, she sobbed. Everyone will laugh at me. And did you not laugh at her today? Daniel asked quietly. Did you not make her feel less than human? She had no answer. Her legs felt weak. Erin watched, confused. Grace's heart ached. Sir, she said softly. This is too much. She is just a girl. Let her stay a princess. I don't want revenge. Daniel looked at her kindly. This is not revenge, Grace, he said. This is her gift. The most expensive gift she will ever receive. It is called character. He turned to the hall. And that is not all, he added. From next week, Grace will no longer work as a simple cleaner. Everyone leaned forward. Grace will now be the supervisor for all cleaning and maintenance staff, Daniel said. With a higher salary, better hours, and full education support for her son. Grace gasped. The hall burst into applause. Even the guards at the back clapped hard, smiles on their faces. Erin jumped to his feet, cheering. Ma, did you hear? He cried. You got a promotion. Grace covered her face and cried. I don't know what to say, she sobbed. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Daniel walked down from the stage and gently helped her stand straighter. You earned this, he said. Long ago, when you helped a little boy who was nobody. You didn't know he would become CEO. You just did the right thing. He turned to the crowd one last time. Remember this, he said. The people you step on today may be the ones you need tomorrow. Everyone listened carefully. His words were simple, but they cut deep. The sun hit the glass building again. Mia stood outside, wearing a simple uniform, holding a mop. Her hands had blisters now. Her back hurt sometimes. She had cleaned toilets. She had wiped muddy footprints. She had heard people talk in front of her like she wasn't there. She had tasted a little bit of the life she once laughed at. Grace walked up beside her. "Good job today," Grace said softly. "You cleaned the lobby very well." Mia smiled weakly. "Thank you," she said. "And, thank you for being kind to me. I didn't deserve it." Grace shook her head. "Everyone deserves a chance to change," she said. "You are learning. That is enough." Mia looked at her old designer bag, now in her closet at home, untouched. "I bought a new bag last week," Mia said. "Not expensive. Just simple. Like this uniform." She paused. "When people looked down on me these last months, I remembered how I made you feel. I'm so sorry, Grace. Not just for that day. For all the days I walked past you like you were invisible." Grace smiled and patted her shoulder. "I forgive you, Beta," she said. "And I'm proud of you. Your father raised a good girl. She was just lost for a while." Mia's eyes filled again, but now with softer tears. "Can I buy you a new bag?" she asked. "Not to erase what I did. Just to say thank you." Grace looked at her old broken bag. "No," she said gently. "I will buy my own bag now, with my new salary." She smiled. "But you can come to my house one day. Eat with us. Sit in our small living room. Talk to my son. See our life." Mia nodded, smiling through tears. "I would like that," she said. As they walked back inside, Daniel watched from the top floor. He saw his daughter walking beside Grace. Not in front of her. Not above her. Beside her. For the first time, he felt truly proud. Sometimes the people we laugh at carry stories we don't know. The cleaner, the guard, the driver, they all have hearts, dreams, and pain. Never judge someone by their broken bag, old clothes, or simple life. Because one day, life may put you in their place. And that day, you will wish someone chose kindness instead of cruelty.